Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated trucks of the year, the all-new 2025 GMC Vintage Pickup. Whether you're a die-hard GMC enthusiast, a truck lover in general, or just someone curious about where modern design meets retro inspiration, this one's going to be a treat. We're going to take you through every angle from its bold exterior to the refined interior. Its performance on and off the road, what kind of pricing you can expect, and of course, our honest thoughts on whether this truck is worth your money. Let's get started. Right off the bat, the first thing you notice is how this truck turns heads. The 2025 GMC Vintage Pickup pays tribute to GMC's heritage with a design that blends classic boxy proportions with modern muscularity. From the front, the square-jawed grille makes a statement, tits large, proud, and finished in satin chrome with vertical LED bars that give off a retro vibe while staying distinctly futuristic. The headlamps are sharp and seamlessly integrated into the grille, featuring adaptive matrix LEDs with a smoky tint that adds a premium touch. Below that, the bumper features brushed metal accents and a functional skid, hinting that this truck isn't just about looks. Moving to the side, the proportions are where the vintage part of the name really shines. You've got flared wheel arches and an upright windshield that echoes GMC trucks from the 70s. But it's paired with a high beltline, flush door handles, and clean body creases that scream modern engineering. The wheels are massive, up to 22 inches depending on the trim, and they're wrapped in all-terrain tires that fill the arches nicely. The body lines are confident, but not overdone. It rides high and proud, and from this angle, it has real street presence. There's even an optional two-tone paint job with pinstriping that further nods to classic pickup styles, which I think looks incredible in person. Swinging around to the back, you're greeted by a tailgate that's both rugged and smart. There's no overly stylized flair, here just a clean flossed GMC lettering and full-width LED taillights that bring a futuristic glow at night. You still get the multi-pro tailgate system with multiple folding configurations. And it now comes standard with a built-in cargo scale and power outlet panel for tools or tailgating gear. The rear bumper is reinforced and includes integrated steps, making access to the bed easier than ever. Now, stepping inside is where you truly understand that this is not just a workhorse. This is a modern-day luxury vehicle wrapped in vintage skin. Open the door and you're met with soft close hinges and a cabin that's surprisingly refined. Depending on the trim you go for, be it the base Heritage, mid-range Sierra Classic, or top-tier Denali Vintage, you'll get different levels of materials, but they all feel premium. There's real wood trim on the dashboard and doors, brushed aluminum on the center stack, and leather upholstery with classic stitching patterns that resemble the bench seats from older models. But don't be fooled, this is no old-school interior. The infotainment system is centered around a massive 16-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and built-in Google Assistant. GMC has also added haptic feedback to the screen so you feel every touch, giving it a more tactile interaction. There's a digital instrument cluster behind the wheel with customizable displays. And for those who love tech, the optional heads-up display and 360-degree camera system are crystal clear. You also get an old-school style analog clock on the dash, which somehow just works. Rear seat space is generous in the crew cab configuration, and there's even under-seat storage, wireless charging, and a new noise cancellation system that makes the cabin feel like a luxury SUV on the highway. Under the hood, the 2025 GMC Vintage Pickup doesn't disappoint. It comes standard with a 3.0 LE Line 6 Duramax diesel, which pushes out 305 horsepower and 495 pound-feet of torque. For those wanting more punch, you can opt for the 6.2 LV8 gas engine, making around 420 horsepower. Both options are mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission that feels smooth and responsive in almost any driving condition. Towing capacity maxes out around 13,000 pounds depending on configuration. And payload sits comfortably near 2,200 pounds. But what really stands out is the new adaptive suspension system. Whether you're on rough trails, city streets, or hauling. A full load on the highway, the ride is surprisingly composed. GMC also offers a new vintage off-road package with locking differentials, hill descent control, underbody armor, and a 2-inch lift. It's not a full-blown Raptor competitor, but it's capable enough for most off-road adventures. Fuel economy is decent too, especially with the diesel option averaging around 25 mpg combined, which is impressive for a truck this size. As for pricing, the 2025 GMC Vintage Pickup starts at around $48,000 for the base model and can climb to just over $72,000 for a fully loaded Denali Vintage with all the bells and whistles. That's competitive when you consider the feature set, build quality, and capability. GMC is clearly positioning this as a lifestyle vehicle as much as a utility machine, something that blends nostalgia, luxury, and toughness. So should you. Consider buying the 2025 GMC Vintage Pickup. Honestly, if you're someone who appreciates the aesthetics of classic trucks, but doesn't want to sacrifice modern comfort and technology, this truck delivers. It's not trying to be the fastest, or the most rugged, or the most high-tech. Instead, it focuses on balance. It feels authentic, like a modern-day tribute rather than a gimmick hand that's rare in today's pickup market. For daily driving, weekend road trips, and the occasional off-road adventure, it offers real versatility. If you need a true workhorse, it's capable. If you want something to stand out at Cars and Coffee, it'll turn heads. If you want both, this might be your next truck. That wraps up today's review of the 2025 GMC Vintage Pickup. If you enjoyed the deep dive, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you buy this truck, or are there other pickups you're keeping an eye on this year? Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Safe driving out there.